player. Yeah. But I think the other crucial point and the reason why I went 18 plus is because when Salford score, it's 6 points, not 4. It's guaranteed pretty much it's 6 points.
There goes Mark Sneed's chances of the record.
Yeah, but it is though, isn't it? And that's the diff. You know that it was in the Leeds Salford game. It was 5 tries to 4, but it was 10 points because our goal kicker wasn't anywhere near as good as Sneed. So that's massive to have a consistent kicker.
Steph, I'll tell you now, if he misses a kick this weekend, I'm going to get that little snippet and I'm going to send it to him on social media. Yeah, man. There you go. Let's not forget as well, these two did, of course, meet in round number 2 in a really tight game, 26-22, at the Salford Community Stadium. So that bodes a little bit well for Castleford, but I do think at the moment there's a gulf in form between these two sides. Right, we now go across to Craven Park. Guys, I've not seen anything like this. Look at the odds. That in terms of to win in 80 minutes, they're not even, Betfred are not even giving you any odds for that. A 39.5 lead for KR gets you 8-5. Wow. I've never seen anything like I don't know why that is. I just think and that is, we've not seen anything like that all season. But for some unbeknown reason, that's what Betfred are saying. So I mean, you know, it really is. If you're a London Broncos player, ouch, it's all I would say. Stay away from Betfred in regards to that. I mean, obviously, at the moment, these two teams couldn't be at more opposite ends of the spectrum. Players to watch now levels. I like Ollie Leyland. I do. He's low centre of gravity. I think he's really going to benefit from this Super League campaign. Ollie Leyland. Alex Walker's another one. James Meadows is another. But there's certain players in that London side that are going to put themselves in the shop window for a contract somewhere else next season. Oliver Gildart should return from HIA. However, again, going back to player welfare, based on the fact they are playing London, don't be surprised if Gildart is left out of this and they leave Opachik in there. Because me, I don't see, if it was a big game coming up for KR and Gildart has gone through protocol, do you know what? I sort of see it. No disrespect, London. They've got great cover in Opachik. Why would you put Gildart on the field against London? Let him have another week is what I would say. But hey, I'm not Willie Peters. Of course, still no, he's out until round 10. But good news for London. No new injury concerns is what we're hearing for the London Broncos. So that's good news. Mike Eccles is your mate. I'll come to you first then, Steph. In terms of those odds, I think that's a bit cruel on London. I don't see that.
Well, I mean, they're never far off, are they, the bookies? Very rare. They put in good shifts. They've not been bad for London, I don't think. They've been okay to watch. Like, I enjoyed watching the Huddersfield game. I think you're absolutely right. Ollie Leyland, for me, is a very good player, and in a good team, he could really shine. I hope there's a few Super League clubs looking at him for next season.
I'll just interject. There's one thing that I would criticise Leyland for. He keeps jumping out the defensive line. He needs to sort that out.
But you can coach that out. You can. You know, it's one of them, and it's that in a better side as well. You know, he's probably not having to do as much where he thinks because he's a real leader for me on that team along with Meadows. But he's harsh, but probably fair. I'd say in terms of you're going up against one of the best teams in Super League at the moment at home. I can see it being a cricket score, but I hope it's not. I hope London do well, but it's the travel as well, isn't it? I don't know if they're going up the day before, but that's a trek going to Hull from London. Yeah,
no, absolutely, Greg.
Especially that side.
I think you're going 18 plus then, there, Steph. Yeah.
Yes.
I presume you're the same, Greg.
Well, you know, London did all right against Huddersfield this weekend. I thought the first half, especially, and I think that's been the story of them most of the season. First half, they've been all right. They've kind of been okay, and then second half, fitness, you know, and experience has gone.
They missed Maludi at the weekend massively.
Yeah, they did. But you know, Huddersfield didn't run away with it. I think that'll give them confidence. So Hull KR 18 plus.
Yeah, and you know, in the interest of time, everybody's gone Hull KR 18 plus. And you know what? Yeah, KR at home, top 4 side. They've been in reasonable form this season. They've had a couple of ups and downs, but they're in reasonable form. Yeah, I mean, it's not an easy assignment that for Mr. Eccles and his side. We wish them well, of course, but I do think it's going to be interesting. Right, let's just pause for a second. Bit of Super League Raw news. Of course, don't forget, you non-members out there, tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, the Barry McDermott In Conversation goes live on YouTube and across our podcasts on Spotify, Amazon and Apple. Make sure you catch that interview with Barry Mack. It's a real good one. I've already got a few people making comment behind the scenes with regards to that one. More to be announced. We've got plenty lined up. We've just not recorded them yet. So, but once they start coming, they're going to really start coming again. So more news to follow in terms of In Conversations that are on the way. And of course, I also said that this is on the way. 15th of April. We're not far away now, just a couple of weeks. The Super League Raw quiz night. Do you know your rugby league? We're all set for that one. It's going to be a great night, 7:30 p.m, Monday the 15th of April. We do want you to join us. We are limited to 95. Keep your eye out on Facebook this week. Make sure, if you're not a member of our Facebook community, make sure that you are. If you're listening to this, go and find us on Facebook. Just put in Super League Raw. You will find us. The badge is very easy to identify. We will be putting the tickets on this week. It is a ticket job. They are free. You're not being charged, but you have to actually say that you're coming. So that is going to be on our Facebook page at some point during this week. Of course, the members, you will be sent prior notice of that so that you can book your tickets first, as you would expect, being a member. And then, of course, they will be posted on our Facebook page for everybody else to sign up to. So if you're a member, don't panic. You will get at least a 24, 48-hour period of grace to book your tickets first. Right. Should be a great night, boys. I have to say, this quiz is done. It's a good one. It's going to be a right good giggle. It's going to be a right good giggle. You've got to know your rugby league, but it's going to be a really, really good interactive quiz. And like I say, it's interactive. You'll be playing off your phones, guys, watching a leaderboard on your screen. Of course, I'll be on the screen. We've got videos. We've got music. We've got everything. It's going to be a cracker. It's going to be a really, really good one. So make sure you join us for that. Right, let's get back to building up round number 7. The Leeds Rhinos taking on the Warrington Wolves. Last year, 6th and 8th. This year, 3rd and 6th. Outstanding. Both teams improved thus far this season. Last season, of course, Warrington got off to a flyer, 42 points to 10 win over the Leeds Rhinos. But then after that, it was all Rhinos, a 22-6 win at the HJ in round 17. And then in round 22, a real nail-biter, 24-22. Warrington that day really did. He felt that was a good game, actually. A really good game at Helenens in round 22 last year. Odds 6-5, the Leeds Rhinos, 8-11 on Warrington. That's a surprise, I have to say. I thought the home advantage, the bookies that have seen it more Leeds, but maybe the league position has given has swayed them towards Warrington. I'm a bit surprised about that, I have to say. Current form, very, very, Warrington in slightly better form, but Leeds are doing well. We've got to remember that loss was St. Helens a couple of games back, so there's nothing to be embarrassed about there. Lockie Miller in great form, and I think George Williams coming back is massive for the Warrington Wolves. Massive. I mean, we saw that glimpse against Catalans. Outstanding try. Both teams have got a few issues. Sangari is out, as is Cameron Smith. That's a blow. Cam Smith out. Both of them are banned for this game. Bentley as well out, HIA. Newman and Holroyd, though, should return for the Rhinos. Warrington as well are going to have to do it tough up front. No Philbin or Musgrove. They failed HIAs. And, of course, Paul Vaughan has picked up his ban. They said Drinkwater's 50-50. Drinkwater's, I don't think, is getting back in that Warrington time anytime soon, the way Leon Hayes is playing. Greg, I'll come to you last. I'll start with you, Steph. Leeds Warrington should be a belter.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this, and the bookies odds might change after they see my prediction on this one, based on my weekend of betting. But no, I think it should be an absolute belt. I'm really looking forward to seeing this. Is it Friday night?
Friday. Yeah. Friday. It's the game of Friday night. The other two. This is the game.
Yeah, I'm gutted about Paul Vaughan's ridiculous ban, and I know we didn't cover that earlier on, but I'm going to mention it now so we can think it. But I think when you compare that to what Harry Smith did and got away with early in the season, I know they'll say that Hooley was mitigating factors in it. That was worse for me than what the Vaughan did. So for Vaughan to get a ban is just absolutely crazy. And I hope Warrington do appeal it and use that as an example of why he shouldn't be getting a ban. But
would it be a frivolous appeal?
Well, this is the thing. I think they should do, just on principle. They should appeal it. But obviously, it comes with the risk if they do that. But he's a massive player for Warrington. He's head and shoulders above anybody else in terms of his meter making, not only from Warrington's side but in Super League in general. So it is a big loss. But I do think Bentley being out for Leeds is massive. Who else was out for them?
Sangari and Cam Smith.
Cam Smith is huge loss. So, when I've heard the announcement about Vaughan being out, I thought, oh, that's my prediction out the window because I'm backing Warrington in this game. But I do think the loss of Bentley and Cam Smith is massive for Leeds. So I'm going to stick with my prediction, and I'm going Warrington 9-17.
You are indeed. Greg, over to you.
Yeah, I mean, I echo what Steph said about the Vaughan ban. I think, we need our best players on the pitch if they're fit and available, week in, week out, to keep people coming into the stadiums. Cam Smith, Vaughan, we need these players on the pitch. So, anyway, we've done that to death. I think we got quite a good record at Headingley. If we don't win, we don't lose by a lot usually. But I don't know. I get a nasty feeling about this one. I've predicted Leeds 9-17. I'm sticking with that prediction. I think Croft is coming back into form, which is an important thing. I think Williams is probably still feeling his ankle a little bit. We had glimpses of him. Personally, I might have kept Williams out of it last weekend and persevered with Ratchford in the halves with Hayes, purely for the goal kicking point of view. So, yeah, I'm going Leeds 9-17.
Fair enough. No surprises. Guess who Gary Schofield's going for?
Warrington by any chance?
No, it's Leeds 1-8. He's in a tight game. Joel, he sees it Wire 1-8. The fans forum see it Leeds 1-8. I see it Wire 1-8. So it's a pretty big split there, which bodes well. It bodes well. When we see a split like that, and we're all not sure which way it's going to go, it bodes well for a great game of rugby league. That's the pick of the games, I think, on Friday. I think that will get the most viewing figures. It probably is the main eventer as well. So, yeah, Warrington against Leeds Friday night. Make sure you tune in to that one. Right, we now go over to the game at the MKM Stadium. This is going to be interesting. Hull FC in shocking form, has to be said. They're going up against the Giants, who, let's be fair, if Hull are going to take a win, nobody would be surprised if it was against the Giants because you just don't know what you're getting with the Giants. Last year, 10th and 9th is where they finished. As you can see, look at that. I mean, the big one is that Challenge Cup 6 round this year. 50 points to 6 at the John Smiths. That's a massive difference between the two sides. But it will put a bit of fuel maybe, like we saw with KR. KR did a number on Hull FC, and fair play, they came out in the second half and didn't make it embarrassing for themselves. This is another opportunity for him to put maybe a few scores right in this. But there's no doubt the Giants, as you can see there, with the exception of round number 10 last year, it's 3 from 3 from the Huddersfield Giants against the Hull FC. 8 takes on 10. The bookies see it 1-4 on the way of the Giants. And there they are, the players to watch. Greg, I'm going to come to you first. Tui Lolohea, that's a no-brainer based on his performance against London. But young Jack Charles, have we just seen a young man take his chance? Is he now a case of he has to play?
Well, you'd like to think he did enough to keep his place. I thought he was superb when he came on.
Yeah.
I don't think if it had started with him, I don't think it'd have changed the eventual outcome. But he's certainly shown signs of being a class act.
Yeah.
From what he showed. Yeah, you know what? What have they got to lose? What have Hull got to lose? Absolutely playing from the start. Let's see what the kid can do.
I agree.
Let's see what the kid can do.
Ashworth out, just to let you know, Jack Ashworth out. He's got a thumb injury, and it's going to be a layoff, I believe. This sounds like the Matty Nicholson one that kept Nicholson out for a while. So that's a big blow because I think Ashworth at the moment has been there for Houghton as well, not expected to play. He's got a rib injury. They're not sure how long. It could be a couple of weeks. It could be as long as 6 or 7. That's a hammer blow for him as well, Danny Houghton being out. Tyndall, 50-50 to return. And, of course, question mark over Connor from a Huddersfield perspective. No injury concerns over and above what they've already got, the likes of Chris Hill, etc. So no fresh injury concerns. But Connor, what are they going to do with him? Back to you, Greg. Where are you going with it, mate?
Like you say, I think Hull will probably fancy this one. They were a little bit embarrassing in that first half against OKR. Huddersfield I think they would have been disappointed with the margin of the win against London. I think they would have expected to score more points. But I don't think it'll be the blowout. I think Huddersfield will win. Sorry, Huddersfield fans. I think 9-17, Huddersfield.
Yeah. Well, you're going the way of Gary Schofield and me. I see it the same way. I see it at 9-17. Steph, over to you.
I think Ashworth and Houghton not playing in this is massive for Hull FC. They've been two of the best players that I've seen in their team this year. Yeah. It's great to see Charles coming in, and I hope he does get a start because I think he deserves it. And like Reggie says, what have they got to lose there at the moment? You may as well just chuck in who you can and give him see if there's somebody there who's going to give him a kick up the backside kind of thing. I think Huddersfield are going in pretty much full strength, aren't they? They've not really got, apart from the long-term injuries or whatever. Yeah. So, I mean, if you look at last season when they went there, the 52-20, I think you said on that stat.
10, wasn't it? Was it 52-10?
52-10, I think it was.
Yeah, 52-10, I think it was. In the Challenge Cup, 50 points to 6.
No, the main 26.
It was 52-20, you're right.
Yeah, 250s, yeah. The last two games, they've done the half century,
Yeah, and obviously the Challenge Cup performance as well. So, yeah, I can't see it being any different. I think if they'd have had Houghton and Ashworth, then they could have probably but that's two massive players for them, both in go forward and Danny Houghton's defensive work.
Yeah.
So, I can't see it any other way than an 18-plus Huddersfield. Sorry, FC fans.
Well, the fans forum agree with you, as does Joel. So everybody going the way of Huddersfield there, but there is a divide, 9-17, 18-plus, but everybody going the way of the Huddersfield Giants. And then we come to, which will be, we haven't done the trailer yet, apologies, it will come. This is the game of the week. We put it out to a poll. This one has won. We're calling it now. It is the game of the week. You can't argue. It's second against first. Last year, second against third. Look at that there. Look at that there. 3 from 3, the Catalan Dragons against the Saints. Absolutely exceptional performances last year. Who can forget, of course, the big semi-final and the win, the Tompkins try, of course. That will still be smarting the Saints players, we would have thought, in this one. Game odds, 8-11, home advantage going the way of the Dragons, 6-5, the Saints. Saints. Big win off the back of Wigan, so they'll go into this with a load of confidence. Abdul and Dodd. I picked Dodd. Dodd has improved. I mean, Dodd has improved this season. We know Abdul's kicking game. In these type of tight games, kicking games, more often than not, make a huge difference to the outcome of the match. Dodd's shown glimpses this year that he can do that. He can manage a game. We know Abdul can. And I think it's going to be another game like we saw at the weekend where no quarter is going to be given in this. This is going to be a right battle, possibly a dry track, which is going to be interesting to see Saints on a dry track, probably for the first time this season. But yeah, I mean, what a game! I mean, do you know what? It is prime time. This is prime time. Yeah, 5 past 8, 5 past 8. Absolutely, prime time telly on a Saturday night. Far better than gladiators. Behave your flaming selves. What are you doing? Michael flipping McIntyre, do me a favour. Get yourself over to Sky Sports. This is what it's all about on a Saturday night. Oh, yeah. Chain whoever doesn't watch Rugby League to the chair, make them watch it. You won't have to chain them next week. Oh, no. Come back willingly. Steph, over to you. Catalan Dragons against Saints.
Yeah, I'll definitely replacing the brew for a brew dog on Saturday night for that one. No, it's again a bit like the Leeds Warrington game. I'm really looking forward to this. It's going to be an absolute belter. And Catalan been away for the last 2 games with the Challenge Cup and the weekend. So obviously returning home, after 2. Good wins. Their fans are going to come out in numbers. I can see this one potentially selling out over in Perpignan as well. Yeah. Be interested to see how many Saints fans are going over in April. But I hope they are winning numbers. Yeah, it is Easter.
That's going in its favour, really. People might be off work.
Hopefully. I hope they go there in numbers because you always want some decent away support just for the atmosphere. Yeah. It's on paper, it's going to be an absolute bell ringer, isn't it? A bit like the Wigan game with Saints. Hopefully, it's the same standard. Which, given the way both teams have been playing, I can't see why it wouldn't be. So yeah, it should be an absolute classic. But I just I'm going to give it to Catalan. I think they're playing some superb rugby at the moment, and I think being at home will be the biggest advantage for them here with a vociferous crowd behind them. I'm sure the flares will be going off and all sorts before the game as they have been doing for the past few ones. Yeah. But I'm going for a bit of a big margin here. Actually, I've gone 9-17 Catalan. I think people probably see it a bit closer than that, but I'm trying to get myself up them league tables with some.
Fans form, don't mate? They're with you. They do see it as 9-17. Arthur Morg could return, albeit, let's be fair, Cesar Rouge, he's going to take some shifting. He had a cracking game against the Wire.
Like a fine wine.
But yeah, Saints though, Lee's out, Percival out, but Mr. James Bell, Greg, is back. That could be huge for the Saints.
Yeah, he's the guy we've picked up on all season. I think he's been the difference in a lot of games, as you two guys have agreed.
Yeah,
I'm glad to see him back.
Yeah, me too.
What a shock he was suspended against Wigan, but I think Saints are going to win this. I think Saints are going to win 9-17. I think Catalan look good in patches against us. Obviously, they have the first 10 or 15 minutes where they blew us away.
Yeah.
And the thing with Catalan is they've got a big pack, but it tends to tire quite quickly. So you see teams coming back at them at the end of the halves, as we did. They scored a late try from an American football type pass, but it's not to say any more on that. But yeah, I think Saints can weather that pounding from the Catalan pack. If any pack can, the Saints pack can, and I think that they're going to win 9-17 Saints.
Right. Okay. So you agree with Gary Schofield? He's gone the same way. He's gone Saints 9-17. Joel's gone Saints 1-8. I've gone Catalan 1-8. So real difference again. 2 9-17s for either side and a 1-8 for either side. So again, we're completely split on that. And again, it just bodes brilliantly well for what should be an exceptional game of rugby league on Saturday night. Oh, guys, what a treat. I mean, they're just coming thick and fast, these games. And it's just wonderful this season to be able to watch them all. I think the League game on Thursday, great way to open the round. I think the Warrington-Leeds game should be really good sport on Friday. And then, of course, the Cats Saints games. And, of course, we'll still watch the others. Of course we will. But those are the three. There's no doubt those three games this weekend. Let's hope they're as exciting as we've teed them up.
Do you think, just as a bit of an off the cuff, quite be interesting what the fans think about this, but do you think this could be a record attendance for the round? Because when you look at it, we've got Lee potentially selling out, Catalan will probably sell out, Hull KR have always got massive crowds.
KR will do 11. I think they'll probably do 10, maybe.
Yeah, 10. Warrington fans will travel in numbers to Headingley, so that should be a massive crowd. And then Hull FC have got 10,000 on, even though they think it. So it's it could be a record attendance this week.
Good shout. We'll keep an eye on that. Right, okay. Before we finish the show, let's go back to it. This was the team of the month for March, and we did say that one of the 1-13, not the interchange, one of the 1-13 was going to be the Super League Raw Player of the Month. It is now time to announce who that player is, and then we'll have a conversation about it. Here it comes. So a bit of a no-brainer. It has to be said, Mark Sneyd has been quite simply unplayable in the month of March. I think Dufty was giving him a right good tussle for this up until the weekend. It'd have been very interesting had Matt Dufty has sparkled against the Catalan Dragons in terms of who'd have got the March one. It really would have been very, very close. But because of that, it's been a very easy decision in the end. Mark Sneyd played 4 in Super League. We don't count Challenge Cup. This is a Super League show. Yes, we talk about the Challenge Cup, but we don't really include it in any of this type of stuff. So played 4 in Super League, won 3, scored a try, 5 assists, 5 tackle butts, 31 attacking kicks, 16 from 16 perfect kicks this year. Sneedy boys, there can be no argument. Player of the month for March by a mile.
No argument in the slightest for me.
Yeah.
Consistent.
Yeah.
You know, that one blip.
Yeah.
The one blip on his record. All season, I think, from what I've seen of him so far.
Yeah.
So, you know, no argument from me on that one, Dave.
Over to you, Steph. Happy with that, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, even I think on the Sky Games, he's there with his headphones on with his kids every week, isn't he? At the moment, you know, he's been Mr. Consistency. He's led the halfbacks for me, and you know, like I made the point before about making every try 6 rather than 4. He's massive for your team, so he's a leader, and you know, he's obviously got the players around him, you know, who were going with him as well at that Salford team. So yeah, I don't think there's any doubt for me. He's the player of the month.
Yeah. Absolutely. No, and well done to Mark Sneed. A double for the Salford Red Devils. You'd have thought that. But hey, we call it straight. We really do. And just on that note of, you know, Sky and it's always Sneed, we gave Briley the 3 points this week. We've got to, you know, as good as Sneed is, you've still got to, he shouldn't be giving it every week. For my, he can't kick the goals if Briley doesn't do what he does. That game was won in the first half by Salford at the weekend, and it was all Ryan Briley for me. Absolutely outstanding performance from Ryan. Guys, before we go, I just want to say this. Obviously, this isn't live. The Super League Raw membership is open. Can I just say, this is the first time that we have done a show without you who are watching. And you know what? I've missed you. I really have. You add so much to this program each and every week. Your comments, being able to talk about what you're talking about, interacting with you. It's not the same without you. It's really not. And that is why we do what we do, because it's a rugby league family. We do these shows to give you something to watch on a Tuesday night, and you actually make the show. You really do. So I can't wait to have you back next week. Please, for those of you who have not already, go over to that membership. We need your support. We want to keep doing this for years to come, and we want to keep giving it back in terms of the competitions and the quizzes and the prizes and all the rest of it. So that little bit of acknowledgement from you, even if it's the $2.99 a month membership, it doesn't matter. It's just that support that keeps us going. But I've really, really missed you this week. Steph's going to be in the chat. Steph, keep telling everybody. They'll be watching me tell you now. Keep telling everybody it's not live, because they'll be thinking, where's my shout-outs? Where's my shout-outs? It's not that we don't love you. We're not live. Yeah, we're not live. But we've been up at 8 o'clock. Steph's drinking a brew, not a brew dog. I mean, what's going on? This isn't Super League Raw, is it? But guys, it's been different today, and it just goes to show the format of our normal show with the forum and with the people that watch. It just takes it to a different level, doesn't it, Greg? It
does, yeah. You know, the little comments that come in, even if I'm taking pelters to looking like a banana man. It's that the audience, the comments, they do make the show.
I have to say, for those Super League Raw members who weren't at the game, Greg did wear his banana man at the weekend, and as he was going to the bar, he was doing this with his hands.
Only because I couldn't see straight.
Yeah. I didn't say why, but yeah. Steph, again, mate, I'm sure you echo it, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's been quite unusual this week to be speaking and not seeing you and Reggie giggling for putting me off completely for no reason until I read what's in the chat. So no, I have missed that. But I think I'd like to just say, you know, to get this program ready on an Easter weekend, you know, fair play to you, Dave, and it just shows the commitment to this program and this channel that you're prepared to do that. You know, me and Reggie have jumped on at 8:30 on a Tuesday and given up some work time and whatever just to get this show out there rather than just not do it. And it's not the best when we haven't got that engagement, but hopefully everyone appreciates the work you've put in to get this show out today, just so there is something there for them to watch this evening.
Well, and thanks for that, mate. I mean, yesterday, you know, I do a day job, guys. You know, 9 hours yesterday, 10 hours yesterday. I was working, and I'm doing so again today. So I can't do it live. And of course, all these videos had to be done post final whistle on Sunday. So yeah, I mean, but at the end of the day, I enjoyed doing it. But that bit of acknowledgement from you guys in the membership will be brilliant. If you could, that'd be fantastic. But Steph, you don't have to say that, mate. And of course, thank you to you two giving up your Tuesday mornings to get this out. Absolutely fantastic fun as always. We will be back. Normal service resumed next week at 8 o'clock on Tuesday night. The Final Whistle podcast is available. Don't forget Barry Mack. That's going to be uploaded tomorrow at 8 o'clock for you to watch. The Legends series has begun on In Conversation. We will be recording the Final Whistle podcast on Sunday, so the new one will be out next Monday. It's a great set of fixtures. Let's go and make that happen. As Steph rightly said, it could be another bumper crowd this weekend, but only we as the Rugby League family can make that happen. As always, we're going to go out with the top performers after 6 rounds. Gentlemen, for another week, goodbye.
See you soon, guys. Have fun.
See you guys. See you in the chat.
Here are your top performers in the Betfred Super League after 6 rounds. Still leading the try-scoring charts, though he didn't score this week, is Ash Handley of the Leeds Rhinos with 7. Still the best try-assister in the division is Mark Sneed of the Salford Red Devils with 9. The most metres made in Super League this season is Matt Duffy of the Warrington Wolves with 1,095. Ash Handley also over 1,000 with 1,071 for the Leeds Rhinos. The top tackle buster is also Matt Duffy of the Warrington Wolves with 53. And it's a hat-trick for Duffy because he leads the clean break chart as well with 8. The most offloads, we have a new leader. It's Toby King of the Warrington Wolves with 14. The hard meter maker of Super League. You've got to be a prop forward, second row loose forward in this one is Paul Vaughan of the Warrington Wolves with 837. But Alex Walmsley is rising with 719. The most tackles made in Super League remains Jordan Lane with 253. And finally, the top goal kicker, a perfect 25 from 25 in the 2024 season, 30 from 30 if you count last year, is Mark Sneed of Salford Red Devils. Those were your top performers from rounds number 1 to 6 in the Betfred Super League.